Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. And we're going to be doing that with my I Am card deck. Each and every one of these cards is full of positive affirmations, beautiful things that we can say in order to really understand the truth of who we are. And I'm excited to share one with you today. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and I'd like you to say out loud, I am that affirmation. As we say these things out loud, we get to hear them. We get to hear them ourselves. And that's just such a gift that we give us, the gift of positive self-talk. There is so much in psychology, in the field of psychology about maintaining a positive mental outlook. And how do we really rewire our brains to do that? And one of the most powerful ways that we can do that is simply to say the words out loud. Because as any salesperson will tell you, if the person who is, if the client says something, it's true. And so anything that we say, we tend to believe. And one of my goals in my own life, and of course my goals for everybody who listens to this show, is to understand that not everything that we don't have to believe everything we say. We don't have to believe everything we think. Oftentimes when we are saying or thinking things, those things are not necessarily in line with our highest good. And so by saying these intentionally good things about ourselves, we are rewiring our neural circuits. So good morning, Frank and Shauna, Grant and Amanda. We are here to have some fun today. Let's get to it and say that today I am calm. I am calm. Good morning, Brenda Jean. I remain clear-headed through uncertainty. So I am calm. I remain clear-headed through uncertainty. Are you calm? You are calm. You remain clear-headed through uncertainty. I'm going to write that down, that I am calm and I remain clear-headed through uncertainty. And yes, Miss Shauna, I will absolutely be rewiring you today. That is my goal, is to help you to have this even better mental outlook. And, when our whole lives, we get up in the morning and we have an expectation of how our day is going to go. And we typically have plans. Sometimes we have plans that have been laid for a very long time. And then something happens. And then life happens. It's like life is what happens between us making a plan and us executing the plan. There's something called life, and it affects all of us. Time and chance affect us all. And when uncertainty comes, and uncertainty is always around us, when uncertainty comes, we owe it to ourselves to remain clear-headed. I remember that there was a time, so I was living in Costa Rica, and I was basically babysitting this tiny little cabin that was right on top of a mountain. It was an incredible, a beautiful, beautiful place to live. But I remember that at the time I had literally no idea what I was going to do with life. I was living in this cabin. I was basically babysitting this lemon grove because the owner was having serious problems with people stealing his lemons. And so he asked me if I could just go live in this cabin and just be there. I didn't necessarily need to be security, but I needed to just be there because the Costa Ricans are absolutely not interested in confrontation. And so just being there was enough to stop all these lemons from going missing. And this lemon stealing, exactly. It's a thing in the developing world, Amanda. It is definitely a thing. So anyways, so I was up there in this little cabin, and I mean, literally, it was very, very tiny little place, maybe 150, 200 square feet, really small. And there was no internet up there. There was no phone. There were a couple of books. There was a very small library and a bed and 500 lemon trees. And I made sure that I had 5 pounds of sugar so I could make lots and lots of lemonade, and I did. But as I was up there, and at the time, I really wasn't sure how my life was going to look. I had been living in Costa Rica for maybe 5 years or so. And I really wasn't sure. I was like, is it time for me to go back? It's like all the stuff that I'd been doing had all kind of come crashing down all at the same time. And it's like, a restaurant that I had been building was very obviously not working out. And so I had just closed that. And, there were some other business stuff that I really I was working on that just wasn't working out very well for me. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's time, maybe this is a sign. Maybe it's time for me to go. If I can't make a life down here, maybe it's time for me to roll out. And I just started, I just started making a pros and cons list of all of the, what are the consequences of staying versus going. What are the benefits? What are the good things? What are the bad things? What things do I like? What things don't I like? And so I made this, and I remembered at the time, I was like, I have such clarity because I have no distraction. And that, I think, is something that is a lesson I've really taken with me through life. It's that it's so much easier to remain calm. It's so much easier to remain clear-headed when we cut out all the distractions, as indeed I did, living in basically a rustic cabin, and really think about what it is that we desire, what it is that we want. And at the time, I was thinking to myself, it's so important to do fewer things and to do them better, and to know more, most importantly, to know why I'm doing them. And when I just took stock of all the stuff that I was entangled with down there, and I said, okay, well, this one's going to go, and this one can be strengthened. And it was only about a week later that I actually kind of lucked my way into a very lucrative property management job, and then continued to do that. I ran a property management business down there for the next 2 years, where I basically just watched expat stuff, and it was all kind of born on and built on the foundation of watching this lemon grove, which was something that something that I had kind of just said yes to because I needed to get away from it all. And so I am calm, and I remain clear-headed through uncertainty. Today, life is going to serve us up some uncertainty. And when that happens, it's really important for us to understand why we're doing the things that we're doing. Because as we do that, it gives us the confidence to continue just to keep on keeping on, and to really cut the things that cut the things that are not really serving us, and to really lean into the things that are. Brenda Jean says, it's that that is not always or if that is not always possible, I do hard things upon waking because it makes me resilient and helps me keep calm under duress. And I know, Brenda Jean, that you just had a very, very stressful public event that that you had to keep calm under a tremendous amount of duress. And so I'm proud of you for keeping calm under that. And if you know Brenda Jean at all, you know that she actually does cold plunges, and a cold plunge is something that that very much activates our body's fight or flight. Our body's fight or flight modes, and forces our brains into a sense of calm, into a sense of, I'm doing this because I'm choosing to, as opposed to like, let me get out of this cold water immediately. So if when the more that we practice being calm, the more that we practice remaining clear-headed through uncertainty, the easier it is to do when we find ourselves unexpectedly in a very tumultuous situation. So I am calm today. I remain clear-headed through uncertainty. And this card is our invitation today to navigate the uncertainty in our lives with grace and with peace and with ease. And as we do that, we become inspirational to others as well, because so many people in this world are reactive and are don't really think about or don't really think about second, third, fourth order consequences, and when those things happen, panic about them, and really that doesn't really serve us at all. So as we remain calm today, and as we keep calm and carry on, as they say over there in England, we continue. Oh, thank you so much, Lauren. It is a perfect photo for calm. I was looking for something very, very calming colors, and this is indeed a great photo for it. But as we go through today, let's be calm, and let's be calm not just for ourselves, not just for our own clarity and our own sense of peace, but also for that of those people around us. So I will return tomorrow at 9 a.m. We will go through the very last card of our week, and then we will continue after that at 9 p.m. on Sunday. I want to say thank you so much for being here, guys. It is amazing to see you all here. So good morning we got Lauren showed up this morning, Amanda, Grant, Shauna. It's nice to see you guys. Frank, Brenda, Jean. It's good to see you too. It's good to see. Let's see. Looks like Dennis arrived. Dan arrived as well. Good morning from Omaha, Dan. And let's see here. Oh, Armando showed up. Brenda Jean showed up. It is just so nice to see you guys here. Thank you so much for just being here. And let's just take this sense of calm with us all through our day. I know a lot of us have a very busy day today. I certainly do. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, aloha from paradise.